Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you all the new Kylie Cosmetics concealer. Now, I never thought that I would be purchasing anything Kylie Cosmetics, but it is a concealer and I do love testing out concealers. When I saw the price point at $20 for 0.22 fluid ounces, I figured, you know what, why not? Let's go ahead and purchase it. However, I must say that the shipping was a little bit on the pricey side. It was $9 for domestic shipping, which in my opinion was a little up there. And it made the concealer a nearly $30 concealer instead of a $20 concealer. So that was, I guess, the only downside. Aside from that, she does have 30 shades that she launched, which I thought was definitely commendable. 30 shades is quite a lot for a foundation, let alone a concealer range. So I really appreciated that. Like I mentioned, you do get 0.22 fluid ounces worth of product, and it has a shelf life of 12 months. So it is going to last you quite a bit. I grabbed the shade Sesame to try out today. I wasn't able to look at a whole bunch of different swatches online, so I just kind of had to make that quick decision. The packaging for this concealer is nice and sturdy. It's pretty much the exact same packaging that you get with the Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks. It's the exact same packaging. The applicator for this concealer is flat. It looks just like the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, exactly like that applicator, and the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. It's exactly like that. Straight from the website, the details of the concealer state that it is a lightweight formula that provides medium buildable coverage for a skin-like finish. So I definitely can build this up, or so it says that I can, in order to achieve better coverage. The long-wearing concealer gives a luminous finish that looks just like your skin. So I'm definitely going to have to set it because I personally don't like a luminous finish, especially under the eyes, just simply because I feel like it emphasizes the hollows of the under eye area. So I'm going to set it in order to make it matte. Let's see. And it is ideal for all skin types. So regardless of whether you're dry or oily or combination, it's going to work for you. The buildable formula allows you to achieve your desired level of coverage. Again, you can go from medium, which is what this is intended to be, or you can layer it up in order to get full coverage, which is what I plan on doing today. Wear alone for a natural dewy look, or pair it with your favorite setting powder for a matte finish, which is what I'm going to do. Perfect for spot concealing, lightening dark circles under the eyes, and hiding imperfections, the Paddle Flock applicator makes application easy. And I will definitely agree to that last statement. The applicator does make it very easy to apply concealer to your desired areas, especially under the eyes. So I like the fact that that's the applicator that she chose for the concealer. Aside from that, there really isn't any other information as far as how to best use the concealer, how-tos, anything like that. So I'm simply going to be applying the concealer the way that I normally would apply any other liquid concealer, or my normal liquid concealers, which is just a triangle under the eye. We'll see how much coverage I get out of just the one layer of concealer, and then I'll go ahead and I'll make a decision as to whether or not I need more, how much more, that kind of thing. Per usual, I'm going to be testing out the concealer with and without a color corrector. So I'm going to be applying my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector onto the under eye area here on the right side, and I'm not going to be applying anything on to the left side. I just want to see exactly how much coverage and how the concealer wears with and without my favorite color corrector. And I am going to also be setting it with some RCMA No Color Loose Powder. I love this stuff. This is what I use in order to set the under eye area all the time, just simply because it doesn't mess with the color underneath, and all it does is set the under eye area beautifully without it feeling dry. There's no flashback. I just love that powder. So now I'm simply going to jump off camera, apply some foundation onto the face, color correct the right under eye area, and I will be right back in order to conceal. Okay, so now I'm back with foundation on and color corrector on just the one side. Now, I think that this might be a little bit too deep for me, like maybe 1 or 2 shades too deep, but I've already made the purchase. It took quite a bit of time to get here, so I'm just going to go ahead with a review and just focus more on how it wears and the amount of coverage that I get, more so than the wrong shade that I'm going to have underneath the eye area, because I do feel like this might be a little bit too deep for me. So yeah, we're just going to try to ignore that for today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply it on to the right side first. I mean, this actually might work really well with the concealing of my dark circles, just because it's gonna It's gonna work more so like a color corrector. Like you can just see that it's not gonna give me any kind of light underneath the eye. It's just going to conceal. So if you have my skin tone and you're looking for a concealer to highlight underneath the eye area, do not grab the shade Sesame because you're going to be very disappointed. Okay, so that is the right side, and I'm gonna blend it out. Blends out beautifully, and I feel like I'm getting really good coverage, but again, I believe that it's because of the shade that I got. But we'll see how it wears. Holy cow, this is doing a really good job. Maybe I do like this shade after all. So I'm really happy with the way that this is concealing my under eye area. And that's just with the one layer. So we're gonna leave it like that just for a second. I'm gonna move on to the left side and apply it in the same way that I applied the right one. And then I'm gonna blend it out. Okay, now I'm gonna just apply a little tiny bit more here and here. Now hopefully this doesn't oxidize and get like really, really dark underneath my eyes. I love the way that it is applying and the shade that it's applying in right now. So fingers crossed that it stays that way. Okay, so now that the under eye area is completely concealed, I'm going to set it with some of my RCMA No Color Loose Powder. Just grabbing a little bit of that using my damp beauty blender. I like to shake off the excess and then applying it underneath. Okay, so now that I am done setting the under eye area, everything I feel looks pretty good. I feel like, however, I am getting a little bit more coverage on this side than I am on this side. So yeah, I don't know. Is that just me? Let me know what you all think. I'm going to zoom you all in now so that you can get a better look underneath the eye area after initial application. Okay, so this is what the under eye area looks like. As you can see, no creasing. It's doing a really good job at concealing, and so far, so good. Okay, so now I'm just going to jump off camera really quickly in order to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I am back with a full face of makeup, and so far, so good. It is currently 11:45 in the morning. I do plan on wearing this for an entire 8-hour day, and I do plan on coming back and doing a check-in midway through. So I will see you all back here real soon. Okay, so now I'm back for my midday check-in. It is currently 4:20. So I've had this concealer on for a good 4 hours, like 4.5 hours now. So we're a little bit over the midway mark. Now, before I get into my midday thoughts of the concealer, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at what is happening underneath the eye area after 4 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like after a little bit over 4 hours. As you can see, it's definitely creased along the lines there. It's also breaking up. I don't know if y'all can tell, like here and then also here, where it looks kind of like there are some gray spots in between. That's where the product is no longer at. So you can see my dark circles peeking through. It's just not wearing as smoothly and as nicely as it did during like the first hour or 2 hours. Now you can definitely tell that I've had this on for a little while. So as you can see, the concealer is already creasing and it's breaking up a little bit here and not so much on this side. More so I notice it on this side where I just see kind of just random spots that no longer really have concealer on them. So yeah, there's that. We'll see how it wears through the remainder of the day. I do plan on finishing off my day at around 8 o'clock or 8:30 just to give this concealer a good solid 8 hours worth of wear. So yeah, that's all that I have for my midday check-in. I will see you all back here at the end of the night. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 8:13, so I've had this concealer on for a good 9 hours, solid 9 hours, and I'm ready to wash all of this off. Now, before I get into my overall opinion of this concealer, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after 9 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like after 9 hours. As you can see, obviously the creasing is still there. It did break up even more here, and just like I mentioned during midday, just randomly breaking up throughout the under eye area. I believe more so on this side, as you can see, like those little spots there, it's just spots that are missing concealer. And I don't know why they're missing concealer, because I haven't touched the under eye area since I applied them earlier and I set them. Overall, I feel like the left side is getting less coverage than the right. I think the right definitely is getting a little bit more, and I would assume that that's due to the color corrector that I applied. It did wear off here, but overall I feel like it wore off a lot more on this left side that I did not color correct. So as you can probably guess, this concealer is definitely going to be a pass for me. It's just not what I was expecting, not what I was hoping for. Now, to be fair, the product does not claim to be creaseless, but it does claim to be long-lasting, which it did not seem to do for me. Like I mentioned earlier, and like you all saw in the close-up, it did break up here and it did break up here, allowing my dark circles to peek through. And then it also broke up here along the inner corner of my eye. And so for those reasons, it's definitely a hard pass for me. I love the fact that she came out with 30 different shades. That is definitely commendable for a cosmetics brand, because not a lot of brands are doing that. So I love that fact. However, I feel like you get better coverage, longer lasting coverage with a $6 ColourPop concealer, and they don't charge for shipping, domestic shipping, if you're ordering I think more than like $25 or $30. So that's a plus, and this is like a third of the price. So there is that to consider. I am in the shade Golden. If you are interested, this is $6. It's definitely worth it because it does wear very, very well underneath the eyes. So yeah, that's all that I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on future product reviews or makeup tutorials. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.